good evening, everyone. I am so glad to see you guys here today. I will be completely honest. It is chilly and cold and a wintry day, and I was doing such a nice yoga nidra on the couch because I had an early start, and I just thought, if I'm not, wouldn't be teaching yoga right now, I think I would maybe just be staying on the couch. So first of all, thank you for showing up, because I know how much better I'm going to feel after doing yoga, as you guys also probably all know. And yeah, this will be very much like a chilled, slow, inspired yoga session. We'll go very, very intuitively. So before we get going, if you've remembered, grab your 2 tins. If not, you can pop into your pantry quickly and find something. What do I have here? I've got coconut milk and coconut cream. So you can have your baked beans, your peas, or whatever it is you might find there. So just grab them. And what's nice is these are about like 400 grams or something. And it's just a nice little weight, like Ronelle was saying, to add a little bit of resistance to our postures. So I haven't actually, to be completely honest, tested this out yet. And I thought we'll just play with it together and test it out together. So if you don't have tins, not to worry. Obviously, you can always do your postures without it. And if you find it is actually just too weighty this evening to work with them, then just leave them out. It is all about experimentation today. So that's where we're going. I don't think I have any other updates or news to share with you. Just trying to think. Nope, nothing new. So we can get going in a moment or two. Thank you very much, Piera, for those lovely retreat pictures and video that you sent. It was so special and so beautifully done. And Carter, are you going to be yoga dog or bone dog? Because you actually have taken 2 mats here. You're going to take your dog with you. Go on, go with that to the workshop. So thank you for those, Piera. We will get cracking in just a moment. There you go. Take your bone with Dad. Great. Right, if anyone else rocks up, I'll let them. Actually, I'll just take the waiting room off. All right, so let us get comfortable. You can sit in whichever way works for you. And I'll take a moment to settle and ground. So you can close your eyes. Observe your breath. I find that observing my breath really helps me to connect easily and quickly with kind of the inner sensations to bring me into the space that I am now. And just maybe noticing if you need to create a little bit more lightness within the body, if you have been doing yoga nidras on the couch and relaxing, or if you've maybe had a busy day running around a little puzzled and you need a little bit more grounding and stability. Just noticing where the energy is and using the opposite sensation to bring balance. So if there's heaviness, we bring lightness. If there's lightness, we draw on heaviness to help ground. And we always want to be in that pulsation between the two. We never want to get caught in one or the other. Just like the breath, there's the inhalation and the exhalation. There's heaviness and lightness, this night, day. Noticing how you can pulsate more easily between the two now. Just drawing the awareness to that practice allows it to happen. And take 3 slow deep breaths in and out. Inhaling, feeling the full chest expand, your whole body expand, the exhalation emptying completely, completely, completely. And then from that beautifully centered space, bring the palms of your hands together and get them nice and warm. Cup them over your eyes, take a deep breath in and slowly out. And again, rubbing the palms of the hands together. This time as you cup them over your eyes, look into the darkness, allow the warmth to penetrate the eyes. Just gently re-energizing them. The eyes take in so much stimulation throughout the whole day. Just feel that you can really nourish, nurture them for a moment. And then blink your eyes as you move your hands away, getting used to the light, maybe looking out a window, or at a pretty picture. Check out your fingers. And then let's move into shoulder circles. So as you inhale, take your shoulders up and back. Exhaling down and around. And again, getting that movement in. And then changing direction. And you'll know if you need to make the movements a little bigger or a little smaller for yourself this evening. Releasing soles of the feet come together, let those knees flap up and down. Here we go. And release. And the reason why I wanted to start with that is just to notice, was there more lightness and movement in the shoulders today? Or was there more of a sense of ease in the legs and the hips? It was kind of like a little practice I wanted to see. Because what I did notice when I was working with the shoulders that they felt really, really heavy. And my legs also felt heavy, but not as heavy as my upper body. So it was, just kind of seeing where I'm at and noticing. All right, so if you're ready to lose a layer, you can do so. And we're then going to move into, like we did last week, we're going to be doing a very similar sequence to last week, where we'll be taking ourselves into Brahmari, the bee breath. Last week we just did it plain. If you feel that you want to gently tap on your sinuses, you can do that. If you want to tap your thymus gland or your chest, go ahead. We're going to do 3 rounds again and doing them at your own pace and your own time. If the sound distorts, just kind of turn the volume down while we do it, and then you can turn it up again after your 3 rounds. Remember, no tapping on the inhalation, just tapping on the exhalation if you do plan on tapping. We'll do 3 rounds. Take a smooth breath in. Mm. And after your 3 rounds, take a moment to observe sensations within the body. The rebreath really is such a lovely practice to do. It is very invigorating and uplifting. It kind of can take you out of that dull state, heaviness space. All right, let's grab our little tins. We're going to take the arms out to the sides. From here, on the inhalation, all we're doing is that we're gently drawing the arms up. And if you want to take the arms to shoulder level, you can. And as you exhale, slowly down. Right, so just doing a few rounds in your own time to the rhythm of your breath. Remember that you're not overarching your back, so you're keeping your back stable, and you're moving from the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to do the movement. So when they're stopping or when the resistance, you notice the resistance in the shoulder, then stop and pause. Don't take it further. Don't push it further by contorting the back. Let's do one last round. And release. Right, if you need to give them a little bit of a wiggle, go ahead. Turn the palms of your hands up, let the tins rest in your hand. And again, inhaling as you draw them up. And exhaling down. Actually quite nice. It's actually quite relaxing to have a sense of weight in the hands, I find. It's very grounding. It's actually absolutely lovely. You know what it reminds me of? I remember we used to do the warrior, what was it, the warrior 2, where I taught it with the palms of the hands up, and I would say, imagine you've got a loved person resting in the palm of your right hand and a loved person resting in the palm of your left hand. That's exactly what it reminds me of now. It's exactly that kind of feeling. Right, let's do one last round. It's like having those loved people within you and they're bringing you a sense of grounding. Release for a moment to give the arms and the shoulders a little bit of the release. All right, from here, taking them out to the sides, and now we're going to rotate the arms. So we're going to kind of turn the bottoms of the tin forward, and then we're going to rotate inwards, and we're going to turn the bottom of the tins kind of forwards or the other way. La. Amazing how much just a little bit of weight can add to the arms. I was chatting to my accountability buddy the other day, and he's a big gymmer, and I was just saying, I've never had upper body strength. I've never been able to do a single pull-up in my life. So I think that is one thing that I'm going to be trying to challenge myself with in the next years. Maybe get a pull-up bar and just see if I can get my upper body strong enough to do at least one little pull-up and release. Release those tins. For now, we'll start with tins and work with building strength with the tins. Okay. All right. You can place your hand on right hand onto the mat. Inhale. Bring that left arm up. Exhale. Take yourself over. Hold it there. Breathe into it. Smooth, steady breaths. Inhaling back to the center, exhale, release. Other side, inhale, bring that right arm up, exhale. Take yourself back to the left. Lovely. One last time, either side. Opening up the side body, breathing into it, lengthening. And then the other way. Back to the center. And let it go. Great. All right. So stretch the legs out for just a moment before we come down onto the mat. Let them have a shake. You may want to circle the feet and the ankles. You may want to circle them the other way. Lovely. Pointing flex. All right, so let's experiment with our tins on our abdomen. Let's see if I can do and talk at the same time. So we'll start off with our forehead on the mat. You can have your hands under your forehead for now, toes and heels out, and getting used to lying on the abdomen, breathing into the tummy, feeling that pressure of the abdomen against the ground. And I always like to start with 3 deep, purposeful breaths here. Nice. All right, so from here, we're going to start off with grounding straight back through the legs. So sending the legs straight back. You can have them together, hip width apart or in a little V. Forehead resting on your hands. As you inhale, you're going to press the pelvis down into the mat, hips down into the mat. And you're just going to lift your head and the chest a little. You keep looking down at the mat. Just opening up into the collarbones, exhaling as you come back down. Inhaling as you lift up. And exhaling as you release back down. Once more. And release. If you've got a soft pillow or a towel, something like that, that you need underneath your forehead, you can place it there. I like to do that so that I'm able to breathe and my nose doesn't get squished. So hopefully you can still hear me. We're going to rest the forehead on the mat. You're going to have the tins in your hands. And from here, you're going to ground down through your legs. And as you inhale, starting just the right arm, inhale, you're going to lift the right tin. So you're lifting the right arm up, keeping it straight, and exhaling down. And we're doing that twice on that side. Inhaling as you lift that right arm. Exhale as you lower. Just giving another little curve. And then the other side, 3 times with the left arm, inhaling that left arm lift. So it's slow and controlled. And the nice thing with doing this with the tins is actually that as you exhale, you can't just drop your arm down because you're going to kind of bash the tin. You've got to do it with control. It really helps us be mindful of taking a slow, mindful movement down. We're going to work with both arms now. So as you inhale, both arms lift. And as you exhale, both arms lower. As you inhale and you lift, you're extending through the legs and pushing down through the feet. Last one. And release. Okay, take a moment to relax. You need to keep the tins in the palms for just a moment. You're going to allow the weight to kind of ground you, to be that stability. And we're going to work with Bhujangasana, but without the arms. So the arms are here, they're grounded by the tins. As you inhale, you're going to be lifting the nose, the chin. You're curling yourself up, you're pushing down through the feet. And this is really a great way to see your classic or your Bhujangasana because you have to use the abdominals and your back muscles to lift you to your highest point. You can't use your hands to push yourself up. And as you exhale, you're coming back down again. We'll do 3 more. So on the inhalation, pushing the pelvis down into the middle, opening the chest, nice and slow, exhaling, releasing. Last time, breathing in, coming in. This time when you're up, you can stay up, you can hold it here. If you're comfortable, you can just turn your head very gently to the right. So we're not doing a twisting motion in the back or anything, we're just working into releasing the neck. Bring the head back to the center. Turn your head to the left. Bring it back to the center. And with an exhalation, lower yourself back down. Release the toes. Press into your hands. And as you exhale, push back into a child's pose or a frog. Balasana or Mandukasana, whichever you prefer. Again, using a variation of a forward bend as a bit of a counter pose to the cobra and cobra variations we were doing. That's just so that it's not too much of a shock when you move on to the next posture. Right, when you're ready, sliding up into a cat stretch position so that you're on all fours. If you need something under your knees, you can place it there. Hands come under your shoulder, shoulder width apart, fingers nice and widely spread. Inhale as you open up into your chest. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you round. 2 more. Slow, steady cats. Right, so we continue kind of with that theme of like right, left brain coordination. We're going to extend the left leg back. We're going to take the right arm forwards and we're going to use a little bit of weight. So if you've got your can, you can use it here. We're going to be working right elbow and left knee towards each other. If it gets too unstable, then release the tin. We breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to bring elbow and knee towards each other. And as we inhale, we're going to reach forwards and with the arm back of the leg. Exhaling, elbow and knee towards one another. Inhaling, releasing that cross center line. 3 more rounds on this side. Nice and slow. You don't have to have the knee and elbow touch. They're just moving in that direction. We're wanting to get a little bit of that crisscross motion happening. Let's do 1 more round. As you inhale, you extend out. Exhale, release. Release into your knees for a moment. You can rotate out your wrists. You can rotate them the other way. Click the fingers. And then let's attempt that on the other side. So this time, grounding down. Right leg can go back, ground down through your right hand. Left arm can come up, holding onto that tin, noticing the weight. On an exhalation, bringing elbow and knee towards each other. Inhale as you reach away. As you do this motion, also try and keep your right arm and shoulders stable. So watch that the inner aspect of that right elbow doesn't rotate forwards and then back to the center. Try and keep your shoulder as stable as possible so that arm doesn't move too much. So there's beautiful stability within. It's not easy, I admit, especially when you're adding the challenge of moving a tin at the same time. There we go. Once you've done your last one, you can release and release back again. Release those poor little wrists. They can have a little bit of a shake. Great. And then from here, let's come up slowly. Right. Coming up, standing in whichever way works for you. There we go. Let's just pop that up a bit. Legs are hip width apart. Body is nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathing in. Bring the arms out to the sides. Exhaling. Releasing. Inhaling, bringing the arms forwards this time. Exhale, release. Inhaling. This time as you exhale, sink into a squat. Arms come forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sink into a squat. Inhale, arms out to the sides, lifting up. Exhale, sink into your squat. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, sink into your squat. Very nice. One more round. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Stay here, hold it. So the squat we're doing is as if you're sliding down, or we're not going kind of further than that, just a comfortable squat. Feeling the waists lengthen on both sides. Now, from here, so the arms are still facing forward, we're going to inhale. We're just taking the arms out to the sides a little. We're not rotating them anywhere. We're just taking them out. About a 45-degree angle. Exhaling, bringing them back in. That's all. We're holding our squat. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one here. Pressing down through the feet, inhaling, coming up, and exhale, release. There we go. Lovely. All right, taking the feet a little wider apart, we're going to bring kind of the hands to the heart center. From here, inhale as you lift and you open your chest. As you exhale, you're coming halfway into a heart forward. Maybe I should do it side on. All right, so there we go. Nice at a half tabletop position. From here, we're going to just work the elbows forwards, and then we're going to work the elbows back in again. Like a little chicken, working the elbows forwards, and then working the elbows back in again. Forwards, and back again. Good. We take it a little bit further from here. We're going to bring the arms forwards into a little bit of a cactus-like position. So the elbows are pretty much in line with the shoulders. Yeah, cactus, I don't know how else to say it. From your cactus position, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. So you're opening up into your chest. And as you exhale, you're going to try and tap the tins in front of the crown of your head. Inhale as you open into your chest, elbows moving back. Exhale, you're going to try and tap your tins towards each other. Doing two more here. Last one. Good. Bring the tins into your body. Release and lower down towards the mat. You can place them down now. Hands come down to the ground as well. And release the head down. Stay here for a moment. And observe your breath. So, if you've got a hard block, you can grab that. Otherwise, you can always use the tins. Quite handy. You can place your hands onto the tins and bring the left hand into your waist. So you need to rotate open into a twist. That's it. And then you can open up. Breathing here, holding it. Bring the hand back to the chest, center back your torso. It's your left hand onto a tin or a block. Bring your right hand to your chest, rotate, open the other way, open up that arm. Hold the rotation, breathe into it. Pressing down through the feet, lifting up through the arm. And release. Back to the center. We're going back to the first side again. This time you need to grab your tin. Bring your hand into the waist. You're going to twist open to the side again. All right, so this is where it goes. As you inhale, you are going to open up and stretch that arm up. As you exhale, you're going to rotate the arm down and close. As you inhale, the arm goes out to the side and up again. Exhaling back to the mat. Twice more. Inhale as you lift and open. Exhale as you close. One last time. Inhale as you lift and open. We're holding it here. We're staying here. We're breathing. We're pressing down through the feet. Try and press or reach that tin up towards the sky. Then bring it into your chest. Bring the elbow in and release it down to the mat as you even yourself out. Lovely. Right, so a nice little kind of practice to do while you're there. This time, left hand rests into your tin, the mat, or hard block. Hold, bring the tin into your right hand this time. Bring the tin into your heart center. Rotate, open into your twist so that you already know, kind of the body knows the position it wants to be in. Then, if the shoulder allows, that right arm goes up. From having that right arm up, you breathe into it. And as you exhale, keeping the arm straight, taking it out to the side, and then kind of taking it along the mat. And again, inhale as you take it out to the sides and open and open and open. And with control, you exhale and you close. So it's slow, mindful movement. You aren't kind of dropping the arm down. You aren't like pushing or forcing it up. It's the breath that's moving you, and the breath is just needing a little bit of extra oomph or vuma today because you've got a little bit of extra weight at the tip of the body. That's it. One last time. This time as you inhale, keeping that arm up, hold it there, breathe into it, reach into the arm. Smooth, steady breaths. When you're ready, bring the hand to your heart center. Rotate your torso forwards again. Release it down to the mat. Relax the head and the neck. And walk your feet in and out towards each other. And then from there, very, very slowly, uncurl. Bringing the neck and head up last. Standing in Samasthiti for a moment. Let everything settle. Let everything kind of return back into position, grounding down through the feet. The extra effort that the upper body was working with, feel that there's a sense of extra space and lightness now. And to build into that lightness and to allow the energy, the prana, to move more into that upper body areas, we're going to return back into Brahmari. We're going to do 6 rounds this time. So it's really going to take a while. And afterwards, we're going to just bathe in that beautiful vibration that we create. Okay, so again, if you need to mute, absolutely do so. And when you're done, then just stand still for a moment or two. Really 6 nice long breaths. If you want to tap, you can tap. If you want to just experience being still, you can do that. When you're ready, breathe in smoothly. As usual, there's absolutely no rush to complete, but when you have, you standing still and steady and observe sensations or feelings within your body. Breath is slowing down as well. A little bit of extra space has been created. Just how the blood and the lymph, liquids within the body, are able to flow a little bit more effortlessly. And when you're ready, you can rub the palms of your hands together, maybe cup them over your eyes, smooth breath in and out, opening your eyes, getting used to the light again. And then from here, we're going to come down into a seated position. All right, let me just angle that down a little bit again. All right, so from our seated position here, we'll come into a cobbler position and see if anything's changed with how our hips feel. So allowing those knees to flap up and down. Yes, there was definitely a heaviness earlier in my shoulders and a tightness in the hips, which wasn't as bad. Now my hips are feeling beautifully, beautifully loose. My shoulders are light as well. So just seeing how your balance is between your upper body and your lower body. If you need to just do a few circles with the shoulders, do that. It's amazing. difference. And it's so lovely when we notice and we become aware of these things. Right, we can just hold the coblet for a moment, settling into it. Noticing how the deep breath is maybe opened up into the chest, allowing that space of movement. And then from there, slowly release. And taking it into a lying twist, and then from there we'll do a little bit of Agni Sara and then go into relaxation. So let's test our twist with using our tins and how it feels to maybe have the hands weighted down. So we'll take the arms out to, you can take them out to shoulder level or kind of like a 45-degree angle. It doesn't have to be right up, where it feels comfortable for you. And you're just allowing the weight of the tins to kind of ground you. Sometimes we do this with those eye bags in yoga. But this is actually a bit more weight, which is quite nice. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart, and as you exhale, you allow your knees to roll over to the right. The inhalation brings them back to the center, and as you exhale, over to the left. Now, if you feel that you just want to hold your twist a little bit longer, then you can omit doing the dynamic movements for the first part. If you feel that there has been heaviness or stagnation in the body today, you might really actually enjoy doing 2 or 3 rounds of moving dynamically, just to maybe get a little bit more movement and release through the hips and the pelvis. But the next time your knees are over to the right side, you can then allow them to stay there and to rest there. And keep the head in the center for tonight. And breathe into it here. Notice how you feel. Is there any part of the body where you're noticing a stronger sensation? And if you are, then allow your awareness to linger there and ask your breath to travel to that space. And where the breath travels, the breath is kind of the air and the ether. You're creating movement, lightness, and space. You're just guiding the awareness of the breath to that area. You don't even have to do anything else. With an inhalation, the knees come back to the center. Your exhalation takes them over to the other side. And again, you can settle here. As you settle into a very comfortable, easy twist, notice if there's an area of your body that you feel drawn to. And move your awareness, your breath, to that point. And then with an inhalation, you can bring yourself back to the center. And you can release your tins. You can bring your knees to your chest. Do a few rounds of your Apanasana. Then if you need to put on any jerseys or socks, If you need to grab a blanket or dim your lights, anything like that, please go ahead and do so. And I'm going to come up seated, but you can stay lying. We're going to prepare ourselves for just 3 rounds of Agnisara, fanning the fire as you lie there. I'll explain it while I'm seated, but you do it lying down. When you're lying down, you need to cross your right ankle over your left. You can bring your hands to your heart center and then Jali Mudra, with the fingers pointing up towards the ceiling, if that's comfortable, or towards you, as long as the wrists are in a comfortable position. You're going to be taking a smooth, full breath in. You're then going to be exhaling completely. You can sigh the air out, you can force it out through your nose, as long as you exhale completely. You then do a breath retention, so you hold the breath out, and as you hold the breath out, you're fanning the fire, you're pushing your belly up and down, but without breathing. When you need to inhale, you stop the movement in the abdomen, you inhale smoothly, fully. You exhale completely, breath retention, hold the breath, and fan the fire, moving the belly up and down. When you need to inhale, you inhale. You exhale completely. You fan the fire. Relax. Do 2 more in your own time. It's a lovely, just very gentle heating practice. This is very cleansing. With that fanning the fire, you are releasing kind of a little bit of toxic buildup from within inside the abdominal organs. I'm going to do one last round. And after that last round, you can then release completely. Release the arms down alongside your body again. Make sure that you are completely comfortable for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Make any adaptations that you require. And then start off by drawing your attention to your shoulder blades today. And imagine your shoulder blades spreading and relaxing into the earth beneath you. As if their sources just gently releasing down to the earth. And from there, a sense of relaxation, a sense of warmth spreads into the chest, into your arms, down the right arm, down the left arm, right down to your fingertips. There's a warmth and a sense of relaxation that spreads down your spine, down the abdomen. And as the warmth trickles down, also notice a warmth rising up the back of the neck, into the throat and into the face and the head. Relaxing and releasing the head. Relaxing and releasing the abdomen, pelvis, buttocks. Warmth spreading down through the right leg and left leg. Relaxing the knees, the ankles, the feet, and each of the toes. Each breath, relaxing a little bit more. Physical body softening. As the physical body releases, layer by layer, breath by breath. Notice the mental body the mind, releasing thought after thought. Emotion after emotion, feeling after feeling. Complete relaxation of the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. And as those layers of your being continue to relax and release, you sink closer and closer to that stillness. That stillness that is always deep within you and deeply connected to universal consciousness. If you notice that a thought arises or your mind wanders, guide it back to the breath in a loving and gentle manner. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes there is a lot of, or some days there's a lot of physical tension or tightness that needs release, and maybe there is a certain part of the physical body that needs breath after breath to release it. Sometimes our mind is extremely busy with a lot to process or to put into order. And as those thoughts keep popping in, you acknowledge them, and you let them go. Reassuring them that they won't be forgotten, that you'll take care of them. But for now, that you need to play with the idea of space and emptiness. And that they're not needed at this point in time. And sometimes our emotional body is very apparent. It's in the forefront where we've got an emotion that is very strong and that we may be holding on to. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's a positive emotion or a negative emotion or a neutral emotion. But when we're holding on to it, there's a tightness and we replay stories, and there is an emotion, and allow it to, or give it some breathing space. Whatever that emotion is, sadness, anger, frustration, joy, excitement. Imagine that it can breathe and that it can release that tight hold that it has on you. And again, you're not ignoring it or pushing it away. Just letting it know that for this point in time, for right now, it is not needed. Just going to put it on the side so that you're able to experience more expansion, more space, more freedom. when we start to create that freedom in our physical body, our mental body, and our emotional body, it's so easy to connect to that lovely stillness deep within. That universal consciousness that travels up and down, in through us and out of us. So allow yourself to linger in that space for a little longer. And as you enjoy that quiet space, realizing that you're able to attain it, reach it, work with it, move into it at any point in time. You just release the layers. You let go, you let go, you let go. But for now, we're going to draw ourselves back into our physical reality, our physical world. Take a moment to observe the sounds near you. Maybe the smells and the sensations again. And then begin to breathe a little more deeply, noticing the rise and the fall of the chest. Allow the thumbs to move along the fingertips, waking up your hands, and wiggle your toes, waking up your feet. When you're ready, you can stretch your arms out behind you, yawning if you want to. And you can stretch diagonally through the body, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. Arms one way, legs the other. Take a nice deep breath in. And then let it go. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest, give them a good squeeze. If you need to rock a little from side to side, please go ahead and do so. Eventually, just roll the way onto your right side. You can stay there for a moment. You take a couple of breaths. When you're ready, you can place your left hand in front of your chest. You can press up into a seated position. You can bring your hands to your heart center and take a moment to think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. And then take a moment to bow your head, acknowledging the amazing, beautiful human being that you are. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and you can lift your gaze. Namaste. The divine in me deeply honors the divine in you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you for experimenting with our tin cans. Hopefully it was something fun and different.
Yeah, thanks, Nina. That was great. You can actually, they're not heavy, but they definitely make a difference in how you move. Yeah.
They do. You're so true. So, so, so true.